सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मौनमामुरयाटुं मा ब्रह्मवत्तु वालन् சிவநிலை தவசற்சீடர் செறிகுருவரன் சிற்கையன் உவகையோருருவன் தன்னுள் உவப்பவன் கழிமூகத்தன் அவனயான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே அவனயான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே. So we have to read from what? 34? 33? Okay. உள்ள பொருள் சஞ்சித ஆகாமியங்கள் சாராவா ஞானிக்கூள் விஞ்சுமணல் வேற்றார் கேள்விக்கு விளம் மினல் வேற்றார் கேள்விக்கு விளம் புஞ்சொல்லாம் பர்த்தாபோய் கைமயுரா பத்தினி எஞ்சாதது போல் கர்த்தா போ மூவினையும் கான் மக்கள் மனைவி முதல் மற்றவர்கள் அற்பமதி மக்கட் ஒரு குடும்பம் மானவே மிக்க கல்வி உள்ளவர்தம் உள்ளத்தே ஒன்றல பன்னூர் குடும்பம் உள்ளது யோகத்தடையாயோர் எழுத்தறிந்ததாம் பிறந்ததெங்கே என்றெண்ணி எழுத்தை தொலைக்க எனாதோர் எழுத்தறிந்தென் சத்தங்கொள் எந்திரத்தின் சால்புற்றார் சோனகிரி வித்தகனே வேறார் விளம்பு கற்றும் அடங்காரிற்கல்லாதாரே உய்ந்தார் பற்று மதப்பேயின் பால் உய்ந்தார் சுற்றுபல சிந்தைவாய் நோய் உய்ந்தார் சீர்தேடி ஓடலுய்ந்தார் உய்ந்தத ஒன்றென்றுணர் உய்ந்ததொன்றென்றுணர் உய்ந்தது ஒன்றன்று என்று உணர். So what is the use of knowing letters? Letters means what is the use of scholarship, or what is the use of mastering all the scriptures? That is the idea. If you don't inquire who has learnt all these letters, who has mastered all these letters, without inquiring this and finding out the source of the knower, if you just go on studying, what is the use? So by inquiring, now you have to erase all the letters written in your head by Brahmaji. How beautiful. See, எழுத்தை தொலைக்க ஒணாதே. You have to now finish off all the letters written on your forehead, meaning your destiny. You have to go beyond your destiny. That's what it means. If not, எழுத்தறிந்தென், what is the use of knowing? They are compared to what? Sattam kol endiram, like gramophone record. They record whatever is spoken and then they preach, they give out discourses, and it is not useful for them. Whatever is recorded is not useful for the recorder. So it can be useful to others, but not for the recorder. So Sonagiri Vittagane Verar Vilambu. Sonagiri Vittagane means your Maya is so wonderful. Sonagiri Vittagane Verar Vilambu. Tell me who else very ridiculous like these people. Okay. Then Katrum Adangarir Kalladare Uindar. And the illiterate ones are blessed than the scholars. Why? Patru Madapeyin Palu Indar. These learned ones, they endlessly argue about their standpoints. That is their madam. Matam means what? Their standpoints. As if they are possessed by a ghost. Patru Madapeyin Palu Indar. And what? Sutrubala Sindai Vai Noyu Indar. And they have a disease. What is the disease? Mind-mouth disease. Yesterday I heard. What mouth disease? Another disease there in the world? Mouth, forgot. Okay, Sutrupala Sindai Vai Noyu Indar. So they have to think and they have to speak out. They have to think and they have to speak out. They cannot keep quiet. So Sindai Vai Noyu Indar. Seed Edi Odalu Indar. And they run everywhere for some recognition, some rewards, for some money, power. And these illiterate ones are saved from all these things. So they are better. So if you are a scholar, still if you are not becoming humble, if you are not diving deep within, then compared to them, the illiterate ones are better. At least they have less ego. These learned ones have got big egos. And they cannot tolerate others' standpoint, other viewpoints. So therefore, one has to, after studying, one has to go deep, dive deep. That is the idea we have to take from these words. Now, 37th verse. This verse actually is written by Sadashiva Brahmendra, 37th. But later, Bhagavan translated it from the Sanskrit to the Tamil. And it's a very interesting shloka actually. And that is a story also, why this shloka came into being. I will tell you a little later. First we will see the meaning. எல்லா உலகும் துரும்பாயினும் மறைகள் எல்லாமே கைக்குள் இருந்தாலும் பொல்லா புகழ்ச்சியாம் வேசிவசம் புக்கார் அடிமை அகலவிடல் அம்மா அரிது எல்லா உலகும் துரும்பாயினும் மறைகள் எல்லாமே கைக்குள் இருந்தாலும் பொல்லா புகழ்ச்சியாம் வேசிவசம் புக்கார் அடிமை அகலவிடல் அம்மா அரிது. எல்லா உலகும் துரும்பாயினும், For this advanced seeker, now all the worlds are like turumbu, meaning what? Dust. Meaning what? He doesn't care for anything. He is a total vairagi. He has withdrawn completely and he is always abiding in the self. Such an advanced seeker he is. All the worlds are nothing for him. Turumbu means what? Just a straw. Straw and solongalya. Straw of grass, something they say. Na? Turumba, Turumbu. For him it is nothing. Maraigal means all the Vedas. Maraigal means Marai Porul. It is hidden. So Vedas. Marai means Vedas. Maraigal ellam kaikul irundalum. In his fingertips, all the Vedas. We say na, in the fingertips. Kaikul irundalum means he has really mastered all the Vedas. By heart he can chant and he can explain the meaning also. So, Maraigal ellam kaikul irundalum. Even though all the Vedas he has mastered and he can give beautiful discourses. Pulla puhalchiyam vesivasam pukkar. But Pulla puhalchiyam vesivasam pukkar. Meaning what? If one, though he must be a great scholar, though he is a great vairagi, but puhalchi means the praise, somebody praising. That is puhalchi. This, idea of getting praised by someone, that is very hard to conquer. And the mind becomes so elated. Is that not so? So here, that puhalchi is compared to vesi. Vesi means a prostitute. If a man goes to a prostitute, then if he becomes entangled there, it is very difficult to bring him back. Is that not so? So here, if a sadhaka, if he gets entangled in this, idea of praise and censure, especially praise, then it is like as if getting entangled with a prostitute. Puhalchiyam vesivasam pukkar. If he got entangled with this puhalchiyam vesi, this prostitute called us the praise. Adimai ahala vidal amma arivu. And that slave can never be retrieved. Meaning what? Ahala vidal means what? One cannot help him. Nobody can bring him back, that adimai, that slave. It becomes very difficult. So for anybody, if somebody praises, very happy. Some more, please, some more. See, without even our knowledge, the mind wants more praise. But if somebody criticizes, we get angry. How dare you to tell me that? You know who I am. So, this is very hard to conquer. He must have conquered all the bogas. Means what? All the sense indulgences. He must have studied all Vedas, mastered all Vedas. But this is the weakness, the name and fame. So if somebody glorifies this Mahatma, he gets very elated. That is the weakness, very hard to conquer. See, Kanchana, Kamini, Kirti, Ramakrishna says. Kanchana means wealth. Kamini means woman. Woman means what? The bhoga, sense indulgences. Kirti means fame. So this is very hard to conquer. Fame. Becoming famous. People applauding, congratulating, praising. Then anybody falls for it. And even this advanced seeker, because still the ego is lurking within, deep within, subtly, even though he appears to be a great tapasvi and all, but still the ego is lurking within. So if somebody praises the ego gets put up, it's elated. And he says this is like getting entangled with a prostitute. This is worse than that. So that fellow, that slave cannot be brought back to his senses. You know why this verse was given by Brahmendra, Sadashiva Brahmendra. See, when he was studying scriptures at the feet of his guru, he was a great intellect, it seems. an intellectual giant even then. He was an intellectual giant. His way of expounding scriptures, Vada, Pradivada, Tarka, it's excellent, it seems. So much so that they say, once his guru said, "Can't you keep quiet?" Always he was arguing people, because he was so full of knowledge and brilliant he was. So he was arguing endlessly, it seems, with everybody. So once guru said, "Can't you keep quiet? Shut up!" And then he shut. That day he shut, and never he spoke, it seems. He wrote so many compositions, but he never spoke, it seems. That was his story. But before that, once when he was expounding scripture and all, his Sakha brahmacharis, his Sakha students, they were amazed. And one of them was really praising him. "My God, I never thought you were such a great intellectual giant. Oh, wonderful, how beautifully you are expounding the scripture. Very difficult." And then Brahmendra at that time got little, never expected this. He thought Brahmendra is a very great sort of a realized soul. Then the student asked him, are you also susceptible to all these things? What? Then he realized his mistake, and then he wrote this verse, it seems. So even all the scriptures you must have mastered, and you must have renounced the whole world, all the worlds you must have renounced, but this ego subtly it is lurking within. When somebody praises you, you are elated. So this Puhalchiyam Vesi, this prostitute called us, praise, that is glorifying one. That is very hard, very difficult to come out of. That is why the sadhaka should be very careful always. So Bhagavan used to say, if you go somewhere and people abuse you, people criticize you, then it is good for you. Good for the ego. Because ego should go, na? If the ego is get hit, it is good. But if you go to some place and people praise you and worship you, be careful. That is the place you have to avoid. Bhagavan said, that is the place you have to avoid. Because unknowingly, unconsciously, our ego will go up. See, that is why, even to walk this path is razor's edge. To be a guru is still difficult, is worse actually. Chumma people come and say, oh, you are great, my God, your scholarship, my God, and you are so compassionate, blah, 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 blah. That is why I am not compassionate and all. Because, why another ego, another samsara. So people say all those stuff, and then you also get, yes, I think that is true, it seems. I think that is true. So that is very hard to conquer. Puhalchiyam Vesi Vasam Pukar. Come. Puhalchiyam Vesi Vasam Pukar. Adimai, Ahala Vidal, Amma. Amma means exclamation. It's very hard. Amma, Aridu. It is very, very difficult to come back once when you are entangled in this ego trip. So, we'll talk about our own glory. We blow our own trumpets. And the real panditas, or the real wise ones, they are very quiet. They don't do this. That is one of the mark of the great ones. They don't blow their own trumpets. Even if others do, they are not touched, they are not disturbed, or they are not affected by it. Either praise or the censure. They are not affected by it. They are the same. Why they are the same? Because this is the reason. The next verse. Next verse is equally beautiful. தானன்றி யாருண்டு தன்னை யாரென் சொலினென் தான் தன்னை வாழ்த்துகினும் தாழ்த்துகினும் தான் என்ன தான் பிறரெந்தோராமல் தன்னிலையில் பேராமல் தான் என்று நின்றிடவேதான் தானன்றி யாருண்டு தன்னை யாரென் சொலினென் தான் தன்னை வாழ்த்துகினும் தாழ்த்துகினும் தான் என்ன தான் பிறரென்றோராமல் தன்னிலையில் பேராமல் தான் என்று நின்றிடவேதான். Why these great Mahatmas are not affected by either praise or the censure? Why? Because they have this attitude within their heart, or they have got this kind of abidance. What is that? Thanandri yarundu. That is only the self. Than means self. Thanandri yarundu. Who else is there apart from the self? That is only self. That is their standpoint, or that is their anubhuti, experience. Thanandri yarundu. I alone am. The self alone is. Tannai yaar en solin en. Whatever, whoever says whatever, how does it matter? Because actually there is nobody. There is only the self. Even the I is not there. The small I, the personality I is not there. So, Tannai yaar en solin en. How does it matter if somebody says something about me? Because I myself am not, as an ego, this individual self, and there is nobody in this world except the self. These are all mind's creation, right? So how does it matter if somebody says something? Tannaitan வாழ்த்துகினும் தாழ்த்துகினும் என். தான் என்ன? Meaning it is as if one is praising oneself or one is condemning oneself, because the other person who is in the front also is my own self. So only when you think he is somebody else, then you get very offended. How dare you say that to me? Sometimes your mind or your own mind will condemn you, criticize you. This is very wrong what you are doing, you know. You should not do this. What are you thinking? At that time we don't get offended. If our own mind praises our own self, it has no meaning. Is that not so? So here what he is saying, தான் தன்னை வாழ்த்துகினும் தாழ்த்துகினும் என். தான் என்ன? Meaning what? It is like one is praising oneself or one is condemning oneself. It doesn't make much sense. Only when there is a sense of otherness, somebody else is praising me, they have recognized my greatness, then the ego will get inflated. If somebody else is condemning me, the idea of otherness, how dare he condemns me? Nee vadu olungo? Are you okay or what? Are you great or what? I can point 100 faults with you, at you. So, meaning what? If I am praising myself or I am condemning myself, it doesn't make any difference, because I alone am. The other person is me only. This is their standpoint. Imagine, what a standpoint. The first standpoint is there is nobody else other than the self. And how does it matter if somebody says something? Because there is nobody. And there is no one inside also. It is like radio. Nobody is inside but it is singing. Nobody is inside but it is talking. Like that, nobody inside but it is singing, talking. So therefore, how does it matter if somebody condemns? That is the first standpoint. Second standpoint is, if I myself is praising me, myself is condemning me, it doesn't make much difference in my within. Only if the other person, the sense of otherness, other person if he praises or condemns, I get worked up. So therefore, there is no other for him. தான் பிறரென்று ஓராமல் தன்னிலையில் பேராமல். See, தான் பிறர் என்று ஓராமல். He should not have this idea of myself and others. தான் பிறர் என்று ஓராமல். This idea of the bheda, that I am something else and the other person is something else. This idea, this bheda bhavana, without this bheda bhavana, this Mahatma is always abiding in the self. Tannilayil peramal, without slipping away from his true state, sthiti, tannilayil, his swasthiti, his original state, he never slips Peramal. Pera means he never slips from his original state. What is the original state? That is only Parabrahma, Paramatma. That is only self. And he never thinks, I am and others. No. For him, that is only Parabrahma, Paramatma. So if we can remain in this state without slipping away from this idea that I alone am, there is nothing called I versus rest. I versus rest. This is how we function now. I am there, this body I am, this I am, versus rest, the whole world. So this is a game, I versus rest. But here I alone am. So when he's in that state, if somebody praises or if somebody condemns, for him it doesn't make difference, because for him the self alone is, the ego has dissolved. Who is hurt? The ego is hurt. Who is elated? The ego is elated. There is no ego now. There is nobody to get elated, nobody to get hurt also. He is abiding in that all-consuming bliss. That great bliss. So this is another question can be asked in the next exam. Why this Mahatma is not affected by praise or censure? What is the reason? Then you have to write what? Because he is abiding in his own self, which has no other, and he thinks always that how does it matter if somebody praises or condemns? And he alone is praising himself, he alone is condemning himself, therefore he doesn't get affected. And he is always in that state where there is no I versus rest, therefore he is not affected. Then excellent. See, while teaching only, the teacher is giving you the questions also. அப்போ இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம் இருக்கா சுவாமிஜி? So, how beautiful, huh? This is the standpoint. How nice. See, actually speaking, see, very close people who love you so much, when they criticize you, you will not get affected that much, because you know heart of the heart that they are only telling for your good. So you don't get affected that much. Only then there is a Bheda Bhavana, too much of Bheda Bhavana. He is some complete mother when she shouts at us. We don't bother. Why bother? We don't care too much because we don't get hurt. Because we know she is my own and she is only telling for my own good. But still mind will not accept. That is a different story. But we will not get offended. We will not get offended. Unless we think even our own mother to be a stranger, somebody else. No, that can happen also. If you are drunk, intoxicated, with some sort of, kama, krodha, anything can happen. Moving on to the next words. So Bhagavan himself has written this Tamil shloka, Thanandriyar, 38th. It's not a translation, it's himself, original composition. Now 39th. அத்துவிதம் என்றும் அகத்துருக ஓர் போதும் அத்துவிதம் செய்கையில் ஆற்றற்க புத்திரனே அத்துவிதம் மூலகும் தாகும் குருவினோடு அத்துவிதம் ஆகாதரி அத்துவிதம் என்றும் அகத்துருக ஓர் போதும் அத்துவிதம் செய்கையில் ஆற்றற்க புத்திரனே அத்துவிதம் மூவுலகுத்தாகும் குருவினோடு அத்துவிதம் ஆகாதரி. This verse was composed by Adi Shankara earlier and Bhagavan has translated into Tamil. அத்துவிதம் என்றும் அகத்துருக. This Advaita, this non-dual knowledge is for us to practice within. Meaning, it has to be meditated upon and it has to be contemplated upon within. Ahatturuha, inside the heart of the heart, you have to contemplate and you have to meditate. How? Aham Brahmasmi. Guru has given the Upadesha, Tattvamasi, you are that. And now the Shishya, how he contemplates. So Aham Brahmasmi. So this is for contemplation. And this is for realization in our own hearts. That I am not this body mind, but I am that self which is all pervading and which is non-dual. There is nothing other than the self. This is how we have to contemplate, meditate and realize within our hearts. It is for that. ஓர்போதும் அத்துவிதம் செய்கையில் ஆற்றற்க. Do not practice Advaita in the world outside. Meaning what? Everything is one. Don't go and hug everything or everybody. There is nobody to kill, nobody to be killed. So you go and kill. Then you will be hanged also. Nobody to be hanged. Oh, judge, I have not killed anybody. There is nobody to be killed. And there is no one to kill. Judge will say, I am also not hanging you. And you are not hanged. So, don't have this kind of perverted argument. And in the Vyavahar, we have to follow the rules and the regulation of the Vyavahar. Even the great ones, they always follow the rules of the game. Game means game of life. So, ஒருபோதும் அத்துவிதம் செய்கையில் ஆற்றற்க. It should not be practiced in the world outside. Like, that fellow went in front of the elephant, saying, everything is God. The God is coming. Then the manhout said, run away. Manhout, nice name? Yes, run away, he said. But he said, no, elephant is also Brahman only. And that Brahman trampled on him. Then he was about to die. Then he told his guru, see what happened to me? You only taught me everything is Brahman. What happened to me? Then the guru said, even the manhout was Brahman only, you should have listened to him. When he said, move away, you should have moved away now. So this is what is, missing it. Everything is a Brahman. Scorpion also is Brahman. I will kiss. Toop. That's it, finished. Scorpion also is Brahman. I love Brahman. You cannot do this. Even the fire is Brahman. I will jump into it. Jump. Good for the world. One headache less. But the Atma is not touched by anything. Fire cannot burn it. So I am Atma. So I am going to jump. See, once I remember, during that tsunami time, tsunami had come and gone. I was in Sri Lanka. Great devastation. We all saw it with our own eyes. And after a few months, there was another announcement from the radio that is going to be another tsunami. And we were living just next to the ocean. Just next to the ocean we were living. Our Shinmaya Mission Center was just on the sea beach. So we got so scared. Giri was there. Giri was also there. He and myself was there. Maybe 8:30 in the evening, night. There was an announcement. So we got a little scared because if tsunami comes, we are the first one to be washed away. So then we called our vice president of the mission, said, he is there far away. So on the land side, we were on the sea side, he was on the land side far away. So I called him and said, see, this is how they have announced. Can I come and stay with you tonight? Because we don't know what will happen. He said, come. So we went there, and that vice president wife was laughing. She said, what Swamiji, you say you are Brahman, you are imperishable, you are Atma the self, and for tsunami you come running like this. I said, Amma, please understand, I am Brahman only, but this is practical. If tsunami comes, I will be washed away. This is Vyavahar. It is not that, when tsunami comes, I am Brahman. If tsunami comes, you have to run if possible. You cannot say, I am Brahman. Tsunami cannot touch me. Nothing. Water cannot wet me. The air cannot dry me. The fire cannot burn me. You cannot say that. You're stupid. See, if tsunami comes, if you have to go, then you should not panic. Yes, aham brahmasmi only. But in the Vyavahara, if tsunami comes, you have to run only. Climb up to the 50th floor and stand there if possible. Is that not so? So this is what? See, people misunderstand. Swami is talking about Brahman, Brahman, and I am the Atma, the self imperishable, I am the substratum of the universe. When there is an announcement for tsunami, he runs like a coward. It is not running like a coward, it is practical. Is it not so? That's what I maintain still now. But that Amma was laughing. She couldn't control her laughter. See this brahmachari, I was brahmachari at that time. He was running for his life. Yes, we have run for our life. I don't want to die at that young age. So, Attuvidam Orupodum Seihailatratka. Don't ever try to implement it in the world outside, in the Vyavahara, Adduvidam. It is foolish. You know, you have to go by the rules. In the world, if you are playing this game of life, you have to go by the rules only, even if you are enlightened also. You have to go by the rules. So, Orpodum, Attuvidam, Seihailatratka. Putirane, oh dear son, my dear son. Putirane means son only. My dear son, Attuvidam Moolagupta Ahum. You can have this attitude in all the three worlds, but Guruvinodu Attuvidam Ahadari. You should not practice Adduvidam, non-dual knowledge with your own Guru. Why? Guru is also self, I am also self. So what? Call me call put. Guru, come. Now you talk. Some people have got this bad habit of, shaking their leg. That shows, a casual approach. Whatever you say, you say. That is why I also sit cross-legged. I also have got that habit. When I put the leg down, it automatically shakes. There is no Almaizer or anything. But it shakes. Like Sheikh Abdullah. It shakes. Some people they have developed that habit. It not yet, because mind is always moving. That shows in the leg, If mind is quiet, the legs will not move. The mind is always thinking and moving, so it is reflected in the leg also. So, why? I am also Guru, he is also Guru. Now we all will sit. Saris Nighar Samanamai. No. You should not practice Advaita with your Guru. Whatever Guru says, with humility you have to listen and follow. Even if you are enlightened also. When Guru comes in front of you, you have to bow down and sit at his feet only. That is our culture, that is our tradition, and that is only right. See, that is the greatness. Because the Guru is one who has removed the darkness from our hearts. We have to be ever indebted to him. Just because we have got the experience of whatever, never ever disrespect Guru. Never. Always we have to be humble. Paniya pavamahalam. See, when you are humble, when you really bow down at his feet, with his full heart he will bless you. That blessing is invaluable. If you are arrogant, it will hurt him. That is not noble to be hurt. Vyavahara I am saying. It is not right actually. It is not good. That is not good for us. Forget about the Mahatma. He is above all. But it is not at all good for us. You watch anybody, great Mahatmas, great saints, when they encounter, when they come across their Guru, they become very small, like a child only. That is how it should be. Oh Putrane, dear son, Attuvidam Moolagattahum. Guruvinoda Attuvidam Ahadari. You can practice the Advaita with anybody, but not with the Guru. So with the Guru, you are always Putirane, his son or his daughter. You are always his child. So you should not behave as if you are the equal. No, never. That is what Adi Shankara is warning the seeker. Because sometimes something may go into the head of the seeker also. See, that is all because of the people only, devotee class. They praise you and applaud you and worship you. And then you also think, yes, now I am God only, it seems. I still remember, after becoming brahmachari and all, I was invited to my old school. I think Guhama only invited me, I suppose. I went to address the students there. You know what happened? When I was entering into the gate, I saw my teacher who taught me mathematics at the age of, third standard. Padma teacher, still I remember her. She was there waiting to receive us. I became so, romba nehilchiya pochu. I went and just prostrated at her feet only. Though I am a brahmachari and all, because I felt very this thing in my heart. They are my teachers. They have taught me everything. See, they are gods like. See, when we were very young, see, I was studying in Chennai till second or so, and third standard only I went into the Madurai TVS Lakshmi and all. There the teachers really taught me well, and that shift, because TVS Lakshmi is a very good school actually, a standard school. So earlier I was a little bit shaky, and all the teachers taught us very well. So when you meet the teacher, you remember all those things, how much they have done for us, how much they have sacrificed. Really, they are sacrificing only. See, yesterday I was only going through the 15 papers, or 14 or 15 papers. It took my time. And every day they correct all the notes, all the papers. And they really struggle with us. They sit with us, teach us. And they are very concerned. So, though you are a Swami or whatever, you have to go and bow down at their feet. Acharya Devo Bhava. They are our gods. Definitely we should not make fun of them. It is very wrong actually. God will never forgive us. See, you can make fun of anybody else, not the teachers. See, they are what? See, we have to treat them as gods only. See, if it is even the secular teachers who have taught the secular sciences, if this is so, what about the spiritual teacher who has taught us this Atma Vidya? You understand? So all the teachers should be respected. அகில வேதாந்த சித்தாந்த சாரத்தை அகமுண்மையாக அறைவன் அகம் செத்து அகமதுவாகில் அறிவுருவாமோ அகமதே மிச்சம் அரி அகில வேதாந்த சித்தாந்த சாரத்தை அகமுண்மையாக அறைவன் அகம் செத்து அகமதுவாகில் அறிவுருவாமோ அகமதே மிச்சம் அரி அகில வேதாந்த சித்தாந்த சாரத்தை அகம் உண்மையாக அறைவன். Now I am going to reveal the essence of all Vedanta and Siddhanta. Vedanta means what? The end portion of Vedas, Upanishads. See, this is Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, all there, and then the Jnana Kanda. That is Upanishads. They are the crown of Vedas. That is called as Vedanta. So now I am going to declare the essence of all Vedanta Shastra. And Siddhanta means what? The commentary or the explanation of the Vedanta is called a Siddhantam. That is how here Kanakamma has interpreted. Or the experience which is gained out of the Vedanta Shastra is called a Siddhantam. Siddham means what? Attained. That which is attained through Vedanta Shastra. So the essence of Vedanta and Siddhanta I am going to reveal now. Araivan means I am going to reveal now. What is the essence? Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi himself has said, This is the essence of all Vedas, all scriptures. What is that? Aham Set. Aham means I. Set. Set means it has to die. Aham Set. The I has to die. I has to die means I am not talking about somebody. I should die. Chocho. I should die? Yes. It's very hard. Then what will happen? Nothing will happen. It is auspicious. Aham Set. Aham Aduvahil. If I become my true self, when this individual self, which is identified with the body mind, when it perishes, and when I shine as my own true self, Aham Aduvahil, Arivuruvam. This self is of the nature of pure consciousness, pure knowledge. Arivam av Ahamade Michammari. That self which shines as I, as a true knowledge, that alone remains. Micham. That cannot be negated. Everything else can be negated. That can never be negated. That alone remains. Micham Mari means what? That alone remains. So this is the essence of all Vedanta Siddhanta. Ena kena prakarena. This individual self has to be finished. It can be done either by surrendering everything unto the feet of the Lord, or by inquiring, who am I? Beautifully, with discrimination, you have to peel out this, all the other panchakoshas, so that you gain this pure self. So inquire within, dive within, and when you inquire, who am I, from where this I is rising, this small I will perish. Aham Set. See, it's a very colloquial Tamil. Set. Aham Set. I should die, and then the real I shines. Aham Uruvahil. Aham Aduvahil. Aham Aduvahil means when I shine as true self, I. Arivuruvam. That is the pure knowledge. That knowledge which illuminates everything, even the ignorance. That I am. Arivuru Amau Ahamade Michammari. And that alone remains as the Purana Vastu, that imperishable, that infinite, that all blissful self alone remains. The self I am. This is ultimate knowledge. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyaha. Sri Krishna also says in the 15th chapter, in the Purushottam Yogam, he says, Vedaischa sarvaihi. From all the Vedas, what we have to understand, what we have to learn, ahameva vedyaha. I alone should be known. Ahameva vedyaha. It is not, we should know only Krishna. Ahameva vidyaha means what? The real self. Aham, which is shining as I in the heart. That alone to be known. So without knowing this I, the self, if you know anything else, it has no meaning. Because all these things are projection of the ego self. For no reason. It is projecting. Since we do not know the real self, we get deluded by these projections. If we know our real self, there is no projection. That is only the self. So to remain as oneself is the essence of all Vedanta Siddhanta accomplishment, Shastras. So when somebody asks you what you have learnt in all these days in the camp, in the course, you have to say, this is what you Aham Set. Aham Aduvahil. Arivuruvam Ahamade Michamari. So what we have learnt? I should die. Your wife will be very scared. What? I should die. That's what Swamiji said. I should die. You don't go to the camp. Never ever go to that camp. Then I will become a widow, na? No, you will be liberated from me. When I die, you will be liberated. Not I will be liberated, you will be liberated first. From this very poisonous personality, you will be liberated. So, not for myself, for your good I want to realize. I want to die. And when I die, the real eye shines. That is auspicious. And that cannot be negated. That is the true self. That is Satchidananda Swarupa. And that is Purana Vastu. That alone I am. So with this we have completed Ulladu Narpadu Anubandham. So these are all Bhagavan's original. Please understand. See, the Stuti Panchakam, the 5 hymns on Arunachala, we have covered all. See, first we have studied Mahatmyam. Apart from that Mahatmyam, Arunachala Akshara Manamalai, and then Navamani Malai, and then Padigam, Ashtakam, and Pancharatnam. So all this we have covered. Original, all Bhagavan's original we have covered. And apart from that, his teaching means Upadesa Undiyar, Ulladu Narpadu Anubandham. These are Prasthana Trayam Madri. Very beautiful. So this we have covered. Apart from that, there are small compositions like Ekanma Panchakam, Appada Pattu, and Anma Vidya Kirtanam. That also we have covered. That is not his original actually. So all the original we have covered now. And whatever he has translated, among that Guru Stuti and Hastamalakam we have covered, and Bhagavad Gita Saram we are going to complete today. So and then whatever we are going to take in the next course is all is translation only from the Sanskrit texts. So Devika Lotram is translated from Shiva Agamam. Agamam is also wonderful. Shiva Agamam. It is the Upadesha given by Lord Shiva to Parvati. This is Devika Lotram. And Jnanotram, Sarva Jnanotram is also another translation from the Sanskrit text only. That is actually Upadesha given by Shiva to Muruga, Lord Subramanya. This Sarva Jnanotram is actually the Upadesha given by Lord Shiva to Lord Muruga, Lord Subramanya. That is also very beautiful. And then we have got Atma Bodham, composed by Adi Shankara. And Bhagavan has made it into Tamil. So like Bhagavad Gita Saram, if you have any doubts in the original, you have to refer to Bhagavan, because it's very clear. And then Dakshinamurti Stotram. That once again by Adi Shankara, Bhagavan has made it into Tamil. That is also excellent, beautiful. Bhagavan's Tamil composition also is equivalent or more than that, I would say. Then, wow, so beautiful. So therefore, whatever we are going to study in the third course is all high Vedantic text. There is no Bhakti Shastra there. You understand? It's going to be very tough. See, today morning only I was thinking about it. This Devika Lotram has got 85 verses. 85 verses. And Sarva Jnanotram has got 60 or 62 or something. 62 verses. And then Atma Bodham has got 68 verses. And then Dakshinamurti 10 or 11, I suppose. 10 or 11, I suppose. Or 26, no, 10 or 11 only. You have counted also. So, the second course we have covered only 150, almost 150 verses. But the third course 226 verses. And all high flow. Pavam, who are all going to come only for the third course, I don't know what they are going to do. Everybody is going to be tortured. And Rama, then Acharyaji will come as a blessing. And he will shower. Be happy to be happy. So, what I am planning, third course, if possible, I am going to start tomorrow evening only. Third course, March 1, March 2nd, March 3rd, it will be as usual, like this only. One class in the early morning and late morning after Guru Paduka Puja, and evening one class. So that people should come and settle down, na? Then you bang, down. So we are going to have 4 classes. Evening also, maybe 4:15 to 5, we want to have one more class. So March 4th onwards, please be ready. That's what I am warning you now. March 4th onwards till 14th, we are going to have 4 classes a day. Then only we can complete. So you know what happened? 1 or 2 years back, we have taken this Atma Vidya Vilasam by Sadashiva Brahmendra. Atma Vidya Vilasam. Huh? Atma Vidya Vilasam as a camp we took. And Teriyatanama youngsters also came. So young children, not children, they are studying in the +2 or college. They all came for the camp. It's 5 days camp. My God, there are a lot of things to cover. So we had 4-5 classes every day. And they were sitting like, Swamiji, if you are going to conduct camps like this, we will never come. So yad gatva na nivartante. So it's going to be like that. Very serious and very intense. It is advanced seekers, no? The course for advanced seekers. Then we have our own this thing. We have very clearly marked out, spelled out. It is for advanced seekers. So it's going to be like that. Okay, get ready for that. So tomorrow is holiday for you. So go and relax and come back fresh for another round of bashing.
Somebody wanted to come for the basic course, there were no seats.
That's what. That's what I'm very worried about your father-in-law and all, Pavangal. Okay, so these are all the things. So today, after the Guru Paduka Puja, we will have one more Gita Saran class, and then we will give you all the certificates, and also you will have group photo and all. So the second course would complete today evening, should be concluded. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.